Well, some big news out this week about cruise ship travel. The CDC has changed its guidance for travelers.
And a big announcement about a new ship that's coming to San Diego. Joining us now from Miami is Stuart Chiron, the cruise guy. Stuart, thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. Let's start with the CDC. This week they lowered their warning for cruise ships to a level 2. Tell us what that means for travelers, what that means for the industry.
Well, the good news is the CDC is finally catching up to the science. The numbers of cases that were happening aboard ships was disproportionately lower than what we were seeing on land. That the health protocols are working. So we're finally seeing that they're saying that, which we already knew, that cruising was safe.
So, Stuart, if I'm booking a cruise, what do I need to know or do before I get on that ship?
Well, everyone that is sailing, essentially, for the most part, has to be fully vaccinated. They do require you to provide proof of vaccination, and all passengers, regardless of their vaccination status, has to provide a negative COVID test 2 days before the sailing. And the good news is, starting at the beginning of March, that masks are not required. And it was really nice on my last cruise last week on Royal Caribbean's New Wonder of the Seas to not have to wear a mask indoors or out. It was a great experience.
Let's turn to here in San Diego, Stuart. Princess Cruises is going to have one of their ships operating from here. What is going on with this new plan?
Well, it's an exciting time that with ships repositioning from other ports around the world that aren't open, Princess Cruises announced that they're bringing Diamond Princess, which will be the largest ship ever based in San Diego. It's 116,000 tons, holds about 2,670 passengers. It was launched in 2004. And so instead of, passengers, people in San Diego having to go up to Los Angeles to catch a Princess cruise, they'll be able to catch the Love Boat right there out of San Diego, beginning September 22nd all the way through February 23rd, on 5 to 16 night sailings to Mexico, California coastals, and also to Hawaii.
Stuart, a lot of people remember the Diamond Princess from the start of the pandemic. It was quarantined in Japan for about 2 weeks before everyone was evacuated. What kinds of changes have been made to that ship since then?
Well, the ship's been refurbished. All the beds, the linens, everything has been completely replaced, and the ship is, in very good shape. It's gonna do great out there.
And I believe it's a part of an expanding line of cruises coming to ports across California. What can you tell us about other ships coming our direction?
Well, actually on the way right now, arriving on, coming up this week, Princess Cruises' newest ship, the Discovery Princess, is on its way from Italy, coming from, through the Suez Canal, and it'll be there on March 19th. And then, coming just a little north in San Francisco, Princess announced for 2022-23 that San Francisco is going to have the Royal Princess. But there in San Diego, you'll have Disney is going to be back. Holland America is there with a couple of ships, and now Princess. So there's a lot of options for people to sail and not have to travel too far to catch their ships.
Stuart Chiron, the cruise guy. We appreciate
Stuart,
you.
how many cruises have you been on, by the way? And where do you like to go? Where do you like to go? What's your favorite place to go?
That is a good question. Well, I've been on 289 cruises.
Ooh, that's a lot of cruises.
Next week I'll be on Discovery Princess out of LA, so that'll be number 290. And I've actually done 13 cruises since June's restart. So the Caribbean, Mediterranean. I love the Mediterranean, Hawaii. There's just so many amazing places to go around the world and be able to do it safely on a cruise ship and not have to worry about packing, unpacking, checking out of hotels, and waiting in airports. It really makes a big difference.
Cruise ships coming back?
Yeah, and you mentioned, by the way, that people weren't wearing masks on the last one. Did anybody get COVID? Did it spread at all? Was there any concern about it?
No, there have actually been cruises that have not had masks going back to the June restart. Some did it. Many of the cruise lines went with following the CDC's health protocols, requiring 95% to be fully vaccinated. Some carrying more kids decided to go Plan B and have simulated voyages. But with Omicron in late December, a lot of people got it, and there really was not a whole lot of defenses against it. The good news is that the vaccines worked, and people that had it, the symptoms were certainly not as bad as people that didn't. But now, the numbers have dropped to very, very minuscule numbers. And it's been a very nice experience being out at sea and seeing those sunsets and visiting different ports. Sometimes you may choose not to get off, at the port. It's just nice to be back on vacation again.
Cruise ships back on board.
Yes, indeed. All right, Stuart, thank you so much. We appreciate the insight. Enjoy number 290.
My pleasure, Andrew.
All right.